This is what's on Mike's mind here on your Dark Companion. It is the 20th of June. It is a Thursday. And we have a few things accumulated up there today. First of all, a few thoughts on the Mavericks. Their run came to an end at the hands of the Boston Celtics earlier this week. And it's all over for them, but I don't think that should mean anything bad for anybody because they had a great year. And they have a bright future ahead of them. What happened here was nothing more and nothing less than them running into the team that was considered by most, both at the start of the season and as the season wrapped up. The Celtics were really good start to finish. They were very consistent, and they were a deserving champion. There's no doubt about it. But the Mavericks had a great year, too. After they made their trades, they pretty much reinvented themselves on the fly and turned out to be way better than any of us had possibly dreamed of. One other thing regarding the Mavericks, the future is very bright for this thing because everybody except Kyrie Irving was 25 or under this year. They regroup next year and get ready for the season. They'll be 26, and Kyrie will be around. He will be the oldest player on the team. Everybody else will be at least 6 years younger than he is. So the future for this thing is very bright. Now, it's very tough for them and the Stars, for whom we also had high hopes, to both get into the playoffs as high seeds and make their way deep into the playoffs to the finals in the Mavericks case and to the conference finals in the case of the Stars, and neither of them won. That's disappointing for sure. But this should be one time where we just appreciate it because it happened. That we don't focus so much on the end game or the end result. Let's step back a little bit and take a look at the road they traveled and how much we all enjoyed it and what heady sports times these were here in our fair burg. As long as I've been around, as long as I've been following sports, I've never seen anything quite like it. This is as good as it's gotten, and though it didn't end up the way any of us would have wanted, appreciate it for what it is. Item 2. The great Willie Mays passed on to the next plane this week. This hit me hard because Willie Mays was a substantial part of my baseball youth. By the time I got into the game at the age of 9 in 1959, he had already been around for many years. He was already a superstar. He had already made that catch in center field in the 54 World Series against Cleveland. And that is a play that you still see every time Willie Mays' name is mentioned today. He was about the most do-it-all player that there was in baseball. He could run. He was great in the field. He could hit. He could hit with power. There's not a thing that you would want a player to do that Willie Mays could not do. And as I was coming up, for me, it was either him or Roberto Clemente of the Pirates, who were my favorite players. And today when somebody asks me, okay, you got to pick one, I just say, don't make me do that. But Willie Mays was singular, and he died this week at the age of 93. That means the oldest player in baseball presently living is now another Hall of Famer, Luis Aparicio, the White Sox star shortstop in the 50s and 60s. He is the oldest living player at the age of 90. Finally, let's take a look at the Texas Baseball Rangers for a second, because Saturday something's going to go on that's got everybody in a tizzy, and that is we will have the debut this year of Max Scherzer on the mound. I'm as fired up to see this as anybody, but I'm also tampering expectations for a number of reasons. First of all, this is a damn near 40-year-old pitcher who's made a lot of maximum effort deliveries in his career, and I just wonder how much he's got left. He's been injured all year. He might walk off the mound after 5 pitches on Saturday, hurt again. That's just the road you travel with these guys when they're that age and they have that kind of injury history. And let's not forget one other thing. In the little that he pitched for the team last year, he was not that great, really. I mean, he looked like an older player out there to me and was nothing like what he had been and nothing like I was hoping he would be. Now, if he can regain that form somehow, there's a different story. But based on what we saw last year, if you're all fired up for this and looking for great things, I would tap the brakes just a bit. And on another note, if you're out there on your motorcycle, be safe. Be careful out there. Take a look around. People are not looking for you. You come up on them. They don't see you. Be careful out there. Drive defensively and wear a helmet, whatever you do. This has been What's on Mike's Mind. Thanks for watching. A Stolen Water Media production.